So there's nothing like quality time, like going camping, bonding with each other over some campfires, of course, making and eating the delicious s'mores. Oh yeah, and burying a body together. Hey, what's going on, folks? Thank you for watching another episode of Just My Opinion with Ryan. And I'm yours truly, Ryan. And we're going to talk about the most recent episode of Raising Kanan. I know there's not many episodes, but so far this is my favorite one. Of course, I may jump around from storyline to storyline, but in this particular case, I think the biggest storyline was the camping trip. Everything else was kind of filler in my opinion, this episode. So we definitely see that Rock has an ulterior motive by asking her son on this impromptu camping trip. One, she sees that he's going behind her back so he could talk to Detective Howard. He's really starting to believe what Detective Howard is saying. And two, she needs help burying a body apparently. So of course she could have asked Lulu and Marvin, but why not take advantage of this opportunity to perhaps try to persuade Kanan to not talk to Howard. And I need this body dumped anyway. But nevertheless, we see as they embark on this camping trip, they are followed by some Italian mob goons, one of them being a hitman, other one is there to be the lookout. And I thought this episode was crazy because I felt like this episode was sending a message to show just to show how dumb racists can really look. Like, you work for the Italian mob, you literally have one job, and your one job is just to be the lookout for Kanan and just, I guess, be like give the hitman a heads up if the guy's coming back or not. So this guy couldn't be the lookout. This guy goes above and beyond to run interference on Kanan, kind of just doing the opposite. So, as we see, Kanan has sparked up some rapport with one of the girls at the little convenience store lodge or whatever. The girl goes by the name of Hannah, and right when the hitman has a right opportunity to go do his thing, the racist lookout, gets his orders. Hey, just go ahead and look out. Don't be a distraction. Let me know what you see. And of course, everything's all good until Kanan is about to go kiss Hannah. Like, he's been the lookout the whole time. That's when he decides, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna stop this here right now. And so for him to go above and beyond and act like he's doing Hannah a favor, that was crazy. And of course, back to Rock, we see the reason why she didn't get killed at the last minute. It seems like some other campers came by to ask for some extra wood so they can help light their fire. So she was saved by the bell anyway, because she was really dead to rights, obviously. But just the fact that he ran interference like that was just crazy. And then, of course, they go back. Kanan and Rock, they're having s'mores and so forth. And I did enjoy the bonding. Well, I guess you could call it bonding time. Where Kanan is like, look, you got to start being honest with me too if you want me to be honest with you. So who knows? Hopefully that talk over the campfire changes some things, because ironically they're both lying, right? Kanan is skimming money out of the projects where they sell their work, and Rock has been lying to Kanan the whole time about Detective Howard being his biological father. And just to rewind it just a little bit, when Rock actually comes up there and finds Kanan and this racist guy at the convenience store, some people might look at that and may think Rock was wrong for her mindset of telling Kanan, hey, don't talk to that white girl. But that comes from a real place. Like that, of course this show is fictional, but parents having that mindset comes from a real place. Black boy pursues a white girl. They're both into each other, but if the wrong racist person or group of people see these two people who are just digging each other, they automatically assume black boy must be the villain. Black boy must be up to no good. And so that's clearly where Rock mindset is coming from. So once again, that comes from a real place. I've known a lot of, parents who have that same mindset. Once again, it's not to say that they're prejudiced or anything like that. It's just they've seen how it could automatically label the black boy or black man, whatever the case is, as the bad guy, even though he has all good intentions, innocent, whatever the case. So once again, we see the racists go above and beyond the second time. Well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I think there was definitely quite a surprise with Kanan that he finds out that he's there to also bury a body. But at least before he discovers that he's burying a body, he did have an open moment as well by saying he didn't feel like he was cut out for the game at first, but it also looks like this camping trip and that talk with his mom perhaps it will make him, get back into it. He feels like, what, I thought I wasn't built for it. I think I am built for it again. So we'll see how things change from that perspective as well. And now I do think because of the second incident where Rock almost gets killed, I do think that incident alone will perhaps open the door for some type of dealing or agreement to happen between Rock's crew and the Italian mob. Of course, the hitman goes in for trying to kill Rock the second time, but to his surprise, Rock actually has a drop on him. Could have slit his throat, but decides not to. So I think because she spared his life, that in return could open up some doors for some favors to be done. But also, Mr. Above and Beyond Racist, all he had to do was be the lookout yet again. He ends up getting so involved that he's actually fist fighting Kanan at this point. Hannah runs against Rock, and Rock and the hitman, after the hitman is knocked out, the hitman actually saves Kanan's life also. So by not killing the racist, but at least shooting him in the leg. So I do feel like that whole exchange should open the door for some stuff. Like I said, the other stuff was cool, but I felt like it was more so filler, so I'll just breeze over that very quickly. I did like how Lulu admitted that he was wrong about screwing Jukebox over when it came to that song. She wrote it and everything, was ready to record it, finds out that the more, I don't want to say more sexy, but what's her name, Sizzy, the one who's dressing more of your R&B standard woman, she actually gets that song that Jukebox wrote for herself. And at least Lulu was man enough to admit that he was wrong for it. And I did think it was foul that he tried to maybe persuade Jukebox into, writing songs since she's not going to be dressing all sex and stuff, because that's not her style. That's not her. So I do think that's fucked up. But unfortunately, sometimes when it comes to that type of stuff, sex sells, sexiness sells, and you may not draw that big of an audience no matter how good you're singing if you're dressing like Jukebox was. And once again, this is back in the 90s, so things may not have been, from a mental standpoint, not as progressive. Nowadays you got like the lead singer Sid from the internet. I love her music, she's a great artist, and so forth. I think nowadays you can move more like a Jukebox than you could back in the 90s. Also with Lulu, I did, of course, Lulu and Crown they come to blows, or at least Lulu, gets the best of Crown, clearly. So not sure that's gonna go, but I definitely see. Well, I do. My prediction. Wouldn't be surprised if Lulu offs Crown. Also, wouldn't be surprised if Detective Howard offs Shannon Burke. Detective Burke is getting a little too close to just not leaving stuff alone. She's interviewing the consistent street worker, prostitute, whatever you want to call her, who sees Howard on a regular basis. And Burke finds out that Howard has a son that he's been keeping a secret. I feel like she's going to keep digging, find out that Kanan is Howard's son. And for some reason or another, Howard doesn't want that to be known to the police department. Therefore, Shannon may be dealt with just from that alone. And finally, I did think it was very dope to see Jukebox sing at the church, and her mother just standing back looking like a proud mother. Like, yeah, that came from me. That came from me. This is who I birthed. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But other than, oh, damn, I'm lying. The final part, I was slightly disappointed. I thought it was actually an actual date when Marvin and the anger management teacher was talking, but clearly it was an anger management teacher just reaching out an olive branch, trying to get Marvin to open up more, which is still great because she was honest with him. Like, look, if I don't have nothing to tell the courts, you're gonna force my hand, but to let them know that there's no progress being made, and you'll be in jail. But you can just talk to me right here at this, restaurant, wherever it was at, and we can at least say that some progress has been made. So that's been cool. I still think there's like a small window of opportunity for some romance between the two, but nevertheless, that was pretty cool. So love it or hate it, folks. These are just my opinions. Thanks for watching. Peace.